The last few months, we've been taking off varnishes, modern varnishes, and also older layers. But we also have removed 19th century overpaint and retouchings. We have found that about 45% of the surface is overpainted, at this stage at least. This is what we know. This is principally the whole sky is completely overpainted. The architecture from this area until here, also the draperies and some of the faces in this group, in most of the draperies in the painting, the lamb, a lot of the landscape, and here of course these draperies very much. On the other hand, other places have been spared. For example, here the faces in this group, and all the ornaments, the gold ornaments, are in good condition and are not overpainted. Tests have been carried out, so little windows. In this window, here in the mantle of this apostle, and you can see that these figures are completely overpainted in these brownish tones, and the window shows the very light purple original, which is in very, very good condition. In this window, in these draperies, you can see how the original here is revealed. The shadows are much darker and much more saturated, and the contrast is stronger, which is also very typical of Van Eyck. Is this very strong highlight between the half shadow and the deepest shadow, which is completely covered by the overpaint. The overpaint is softening the modeling. You can see the contrast between the original here, visible in this test window, and the surrounding overpaint. The original has a higher contrast and the folds are sharper, and the painter who did this overpaint also reproduced the palm. So this is in the overpaint and this is in the original. You can see he's really reproduced every single detail of the original. The Tower of Utrecht is, of course, a very controversial detail of the Adoration. Actually, the tower, as we see it, is an overpaint covering an original tower, which is painted in brown tones, like in the rest of the buildings. It's been overpainted in grays and slightly pink, purplish tones. The lamb is, of course, a very important element of the composition, and it's fully overpainted. But we have seen by making micro tests along the sides that the shape of the body is not very much altered. On the other hand, the head is being made larger than in the original. Overpaint from the grass around here has been taken off and has revealed the original ears of the lamb. So since 1951, the lamb has 4 ears. The original ears are much smaller and places lower on the skull, and the original lamb has a smaller head and looking up a little bit. This is why they are positioned lower on the head. We have presented the results of research to the International Commission. They advised to carry out the same sort of work, and that is removing this overpaint, which has been carried out at the same time as the overpaint on the outer panels. However, there are also other interventions because the panels have been separated at some times in history, and so we're talking about some other phases have been occurred on these panels, but not on the wings, for example. This advice has been given to the church, and now we're waiting to see whether we can actually do this work.